Well, howdy. My name is Nathan Jones, and if you're new here, welcome. I like to talk about all things movies, specifically Blu-rays, and today we're talking about Westerns. In fact, this is the month of February, and I hope everyone had a good weekend. But I know this is the first weekend of February, but I decided to do a little bit of a challenge this month. Not too invasive, it's one that's very manageable, and I think you can too. So yeah, stick around and I'll talk a little bit about what this challenge is. I hope you enjoy this challenge on the Weekend Western double feature. All right, so before we jump into this, recently I've been watching a lot of folk horror. So if you are somebody who is new to the channel, what I've been doing recently is I've been watching a lot of the Severin All the Haunts Be Ours box set, which is a Severin folk horror box set, and I've been going through that. In fact, I'm just finished with, I think, the 7th disc, and I'm about to put in the 8th, which has 2 more movies, and then I'll be uploading a video talking about my experience watching those films. So I'm really in a folk horror mood, but I'm also in a Western mood. And I know recently, in a video that I just recently put out, there's been some snow going on around where I live. And I don't know what it is, but snow always puts me in a Western mood, which, you know, gets to this last weekend where there was snow going on just nonstop, and it really put me in a mood to watch some Westerns. So I have quite a bit of Westerns that I haven't seen that I've been waiting kind of to jump into. And yeah, so I decided to do a double feature, and I decided to maybe extend this to you. So if you're watching this, I think there is a really cool thing that we can do on the weekends of February. And obviously the weekend that I started this, there's already been a weekend that has passed. So I would extend this to like maybe the first week of March for anyone who's jumping on board now. So we have about 3 weekends in February left, and then 1 weekend in March if you want to join in for 4 weeks. But the double feature, what it's just trying to show is you're going to be watching 2 Westerns over the weekend. So you can pick that both on Saturday, both on Sunday, one for each day. It's all manageable for you. I just want you to experience 2 new Westerns that you have never seen before. And that's kind of what I'm doing. So what I did for the first weekend is I watched 2 amazing films. One is a spaghetti Western, and one is a neo-Western. So let's talk about those real quick, and yeah, just explain what I've been watching and my thoughts on them. All right, so the first film that I watched is one that just got recently released from Eureka, Masters of Cinema, and I'm talking about Il Grande Silenzio, the Sergio Corbucci Italian spaghetti Western. This film is from 1968 and is, boy oh boy, what a phenomenal film. It's an Italian and French production. It's about 105 minutes, so it's not too long, but it's all about the snow, and this is exactly what my mindset was over this last weekend. Was I needed to start off this thing covered with snow, right? With Westerns, it's interesting. Like, it's the geography really plays a big role in why Westerns are so important. And with snow, I definitely wanted to jump into headfirst into that pile. And so with El Grande Silencio, I really enjoyed this film. I've only necessarily have seen a lot of the Sergio Leone films, which are these spaghetti westerns that a lot of people know, Good and Bad, the Ugly being probably the most famous one. But I've obviously seen that trilogy with Eastwood and a few other things too. But I really was excited to jump into this one. So this film, starring Jean-Louis Trintignant, I can't say his name. It's French. As a French actor, he plays Silence, so Silencio, right? He is mute in this film, and I know that, and there's a special feature in this that talks about the fact that he had a hard time like wanting to accept the role because like I don't speak English or Italian, and so I don't know how to help you. And then Corbucci's like, well, you're not going to speak at all. I'm going to have you as a mute, and it's brilliant. I love it, and I love Jean-Louis in this film. He's phenomenal. Really great character. And then there's also Klaus Kinski, the German actor, who is nuts. And anyone who doesn't know Klaus Kinski, go watch Aguirre, Wrath of God, and or just read up on him because he's just insane. But really, those are kind of our 2 main characters. For spaghetti westerns, notoriously spaghetti westerns are not necessarily films that have black and white characters in the sense of good and bad. Almost everybody is very gray in spaghetti westerns, but in this particular film, Jean-Louis seems to be more on that good side. And but I don't want to jump too much in the plot because this is an experience of a film. It's visually a feast. So this right here, what Eureka did for this was they did a 2K restoration of this. And I quite enjoyed it. I love the soaring music. Ennio Morricone did the score, who is, you know, a maestro, right? We love Ennio Morricone. I love The Thing and everything he's done around all the films that I have seen. His score is just phenomenal. But anyway, yeah, it's just Ennio Morricone. Sergio Corbucci is involved with this film as well. You know, and there's just a lot of things with this. But I do want to mention a few things that are in addition to this. Unfortunately, while I'm doing this right now, I have the poster framed, but it is the poster of this. It's quite a big poster, so I'm getting that framed right now, so I don't have that on me. But it comes with a poster. The Eureka line has it, but it also comes with some lobby cards right here. I couldn't figure out what the name was for these things were, the little poster cards, and so I'm going to share them with you. Right there. There is one of the very beginning. There is a really cool shootout that happens there. It's not really much of a shootout. It's like who's quick to draw. One of the town folk in this place called Snow Hill, which is where a lot of the plot starts off and where a lot of the action takes place. There's Klaus Kinski as a bounty hunter, and he is our main antagonist. And then there's Silence right there, riding on his horse. So yeah, I really love these poster cards. And in addition, here is the film itself under that slipcase. And then you can reverse it as well, the reversible art, which is also quite beautiful. I love the blue and the red, and I love that poster. Like I said, the poster I don't have in front of me, but it is the cover of that slipcase right here. And it's a really great poster. But yeah, I fell in love with this film, and I can't talk too much about it because the way that it builds is just so satisfying. It's definitely one of those films that is not necessarily your traditional Western. And many of people who have seen this will know what I'm talking about. But it is beautiful. It's violent. It's aggressive. And there's some socio-political connotations with this too. I guess Corbucci was kind of responding to, I think, the deaths of Malcolm X and Che Guevara. I think that's what I read up on a little bit. But in addition to this, so it has the poster, like I said, the lobby cards. It also has a 2K restoration of the 50th anniversary of the film's original release. English and Italian audio options. So this is a spaghetti western, so it's dubbed right after the fact. So that's pretty standard for these films. Optional English subtitles. Brand new audio commentary by author Howard Hughes and filmmaker Richard New. Brand new audio commentary by filmmaker Michael Siegel. Audio commentary by director spaghetti western aficionado Alex Cox. I want to listen to that one the most. I haven't listened to any of the commentaries, I will say. But Alex Cox recorded his at the Hollywood Theater in Portland 2021, so last year. It also it has a new interview with Austin Fisher, which I did watch, the author of Radical Frontiers in the Spaghetti Western, talking about the politics of violence and popular Italian cinema. Talks a little bit about that. That's where I got that response from Corbucci in his film and like what he was responding to. Because 1968, oh my God, the later part of the 60s, just so tumultuous all around the world. If you know, or if you're a student of history, you understand why. But other than that, it also has Cox on Corbucci, which might be one of my favorite special features I've ever seen in my life. It's just the setup. So Alex Cox is, in this cabin, and his dog's there too in this little cabin, and he enters and he's like, I'm gonna put on, this little, it's almost like a poncho, but like that's not what it is. But puts on, a spaghetti western clothing, and then just sits down for a conversation on Corbucci and his work. And it is just like the most satisfying thing I've ever seen. in the special features, which is saying something because I know a lot of you who are watching this know a lot about the different special features that we've all been witness to, but for that alone, this is one of the best special features I've ever seen. There's also a Western Italian style 1968 documentary, which I watched part of. It's pretty interesting, but it's rather long. And then there's also alternate endings, which is the interesting thing here, which is why I didn't really talk too much about it. There's alternate endings and there's reasons why. I love the original ending. Let's just give it. That's my thoughts on it. Then there's the original theatrical trailer, which is great. Still galleries, and yeah, a booklet. Can't talk. New essays, which I didn't pop out, which is over here within the book itself, and it talks lots about the film itself and by Howard Hughes. So I'm very excited to dive deeper into this film, have this poster framed up, and it was a great film to start off this double feature. All right, and the second film I watched, I had the impression, because of this director's past work, that this would be a Western, and it kind of is. It's a neo-Western. It's a road movie of sorts, a political action thriller. It's a combination of a lot of things, but I picked this up not that long ago in an Arrow sale, and courtesy of my friend Sam, film blogger Sam, he highly recommended this film, and I'm talking about Sam Peckinpah's Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. And wow. So another film not too long after 68. This is 1974. This is I guess near the end of Peckinpah's almost like legendary run of films. I've only seen a few of his films. I still haven't seen Straw Dogs. I have seen The Wild Bunch, which I really enjoy. But yeah, this film, it's just like the title suggests. It's about, everyone trying to, collect this bounty on this person, Alfredo Garcia. It really does follow Warren Oates, who is a pianist who works at a Mexican bar, and he gets involved in this manhunt for Alfredo Garcia because at the very, very beginning of the film, there is a drug cartel, I think it's El Jefe, who's played by Emilio Fernandez. The boss, the crime boss, his daughter gets impregnated and is impregnated by Alfredo Garcia, so he wants to collect his head. And everyone is on this crazy hunt from people who work in his cartel, and also just bounty hunters in general. And that includes some American private contractors who actually get in contact with Warren Oates' character, who is Benny in this film. We're following Benny, and we're also following his girlfriend Elida on their trip to try to collect this bounty, but also meet some things along the way about themselves. And it really is a film that has so many different themes to talk about that it's hard to really discuss them all. But it is quite the experience. It is a hyper-violent film, as you'd expect from a Sam Peckinpah film, and I quite enjoyed it. There are some films that are really heartbreaking, and there are some parts that are rather hard to witness, and I really enjoy the ending. Once again, another kind of a parallel for this double feature in particular. I love the ending of this film, the older I get, these are the types of endings I actually kind of want. But I highly, highly recommend this. This is a Region B release that I have here, but I'm almost certainly sure that this is available in the Region A. So if you want to get this film as well, I would recommend getting this. It's a really great Sam Peckinpah film. It's very different than what you'd expect. Like I said, I expected a Western of sorts, and it kind of is in a way. So with that being said, this challenge, this weekend Western challenge, this double feature, you can honestly kind of break the rules with this. It doesn't have to necessarily be a Western per se. Like I just chose a neo-Western here in Bring Me the Head of Alfredo Garcia. It could be something like you're watching Glory, which is a Civil War movie, but really it's up to you. My point is you want to watch films that you haven't seen before. and you want to have a good time with this, and it's not too invasive. It's something that you can manage and just have a fun time with it. But I don't know about you, but yeah, for some reason February happens to be the month that I want to jump into some westerns. So grab your spurs, your saddle, giddy up, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment down below, share, hit the notification bell, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. I'm not jonesing around.